Namaste everyone. I may request Dr. Betsy Varghese to kindly start the session.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, all. I'm Dr. Betsy Varghese, Assistant Professor, Department of Chikulsa, GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences and Research Center. Today, we are gathered here for the official inauguration of our national webinar, Dosh Pe Charcha, organized by VAGBHATASARANI, co-organized by GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences and Research Center in collaboration with Karnataka Sanskrit University, in association with Department of Sanskrit Studies, School of Humanities, University of Hyderabad. I would like to extend my warm welcome to all our distinguished guests, delegates, and other faculty members who have gathered here. Prayer is raising one's mind and heart to God, or requesting for good things from God. Let's begin this official ceremony with the blessing of God.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेण मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेव अवशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्।
Now, I would like to invite Dr. P. Gauri Shankar, Chairman of VAGBHATASARANI, HOD and Professor, Department of Chikulsa, GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences and Research Center, to deliver the welcome address. Dr. P. Gauri Shankar completed his BAMS from Madras University and his MD from Mysore University, has teaching experience of more than 3 decades and has more than 10 publications in his credits and has more than 10 research works. He is also the chairman of VAGBHATASARANI Trust and also member BOS Ayurveda PG Clinical Kuhas. Member BOE Ayurveda PG RGUHS and also member in KNR UHS and also have been research guide for PG students for 9 years. He has also guided many PG scholars during his teaching career. He is also a renowned scholar in the field of Ayurveda for more than 3 decades. Over to you, sir.
Namaste to all. Ragadirogan, Satadan Shaktan, Asheshakaya Prasradana Sheshan, Ulsukya Mohare Didanjakana, Yogurva Vidyaya Namostadasme. So, with a salutation to the God, Apurva Vidya, let me start my duty assigned to me. Our principal, our respected principal, Dr. John Finbay, has supposed to be appointed for this function, welcoming all the delegates and dignitaries for this inauguration function. But due to some technical issues, it has been empowered to me. So I am so glad about it. So first of all, let me welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, GLOCAL University, Dr. Professor P.K. Bharati. He will be a little bit late to come to this meeting. Anyway, I am welcoming him, and he is supposed to be appointed as the presidential address, but unfortunately he could not reach by the time. So it has been given to Dr. John Finbay, our principal. So next, let me invite for this function our Dr. John Finbay, respected principal and medical superintendent, Local College of Ayurvedic Medicine and Medical Sciences. So I welcome you, sir. Next, let me welcome our most respected Dr. Raghuram Bhatta, sir, Honorable President, Medical Assessment and Rating Board for Indian System of Medicine, MARBISM, National Commission for Indian System of Medicine, NCISM, New Delhi. So, in all our programs, he used to say that you do the different types of academical and practical works. We will be backing you with all supports. He has given all supports to us. So I welcome on behalf of the whole team of this Dosh Pe Charcha National Seminar on Ayurveda. Welcome you, sir. Now, let me welcome Swamiji Shankaramadhanandapuri, Director, Hon'ble School of Ayurveda, Kollam. He is here to bless us with his words for this inauguration. Now, let me invite Dr. G.G. Gangadharan, former Director, Ramaya Indi Specialty Ayurveda Restoration Hospital, Bangalore, for his guest of honor. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of the team Dosh Pe Charcha. Next, we will be having invited talks from 3 specific and world famous dignitaries, Dr. P. Madhavanguttiga Warrior, sir. So, he is Managing Trustee and Chief Physician, Ayurvedashala, Kottakkal. I welcome you, sir, for this function, inauguration of this Dosh Pe Charcha. Next, let me welcome Dr. C. Suresh Kumar, Professor, Department of Shalijantra, Pangachakasturi Ayurveda Medical College, Trivandrum, Kerala, for this inauguration. And Dr. Yadu Narayanan Moose, the other dignitary from Vaidyaratnam Group of Institutions, Thrissur, Kerala. I welcome Dr. Yadu Narayanan Mus for this inauguration. Yes, next, let me invite Dr. N.K. Mahadevan and Dr. V.A. Prabhakaran. Dr. N.K. Mahadevan was the president for a long time for this VAGBHATASARANI. He is Chief Physician, Sri Krishna Ayurveda Chikitsa Kendra Pala, Kerala. And I welcome you, sir, for this function. I welcome Dr. V.A. Prabhakaran. He was also president for VAGBHATASARANI for quite a time. He is retired Assistant Director, CCRAS. I welcome for this inauguration of this Dosh Pe Charcha, sir. Now, last not the least, I welcome Dr. Pratibha, Assistant Professor of our college, for giving the vote of thanks. And next, let me welcome all the delegates, UG students, PG students, PhD scholars, all of them for this inauguration of Dosh Pe Charcha. So, with these words, let me conclude my welcome address. Namaste, namaste to all. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. I feel grateful to invite our mentor, our inspiration, our principal, Dr. John Fimby, to deliver the presidential address. Dr. John Fimby completed BAMS from SDM College of Ayurveda, Udupi, took his MD in Panchakarma from Bharati Vidyapith, Pune, and PG Diploma in Emergency Medicine from Symbiosis International University. Served as advisor and resource person for various organizations and universities across the globe, including Kerala University of Health Sciences in its emerging state as BOH member and as advisor for MOM, Government of Singapore for Alternative System of Medicine. Was active part of eSafe 2022, organized in Abu Dhabi, and director of Wing Layer International, Canada. With 21 years of experience in the field of Ayurveda, presently serving as Pro Vice Chancellor Ayush, GLOCAL University, and Principal at GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences and Research Center, and visiting consultant in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, and Middle East. We welcome you, sir.
The most distinguished guest, Dr. Raghuram sir, Swamiji, Dr. Gangadharan ji, Madhanguti sir, Suresh sir, Narayanan Musa, Mahadevan, Dr. Mahadevan, and V.A. Pravar and Dr. The seekers of knowledge and fellow explorers of Ayurveda. Namaste and a heartfelt welcome to this extraordinary webinar on the captivating topic of dosha, unveiling the inner symphony of elements, or in other way can be stated as the energetic blueprint of life. As you are aware, Ayurveda, the science of life, is not merely a collection of ancient remedies. It is a way of being, a philosophy that honors the intrinsic connection between our bodies and mind and the universe. At the heart of Ayurveda lies the concept of dosha, the elemental energies that shape our very existence. That's why the topic Dosh Pe Charcha was selected for this webinar. In this momentous occasion, we have the privilege of diving deep into the essence of dosha and understanding the profound influence on our health and well-being. The three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, represent the dance of nature's elements within us: air and ether, fire and water, earth and water, orchestrating the symphony of life. Let us embark on this enlightening journey with open hearts and minds, embracing the spirit of Ayurveda's dosha and recognizing the transformative power it holds for our individual well-being and the greater good of humanity. Let us not forget that we are not mere spectators in this journey, but active participants following with the current of knowledge, engaging in discussions, asking questions, and sharing our insights. Allow us to dive deeper into the river of wisdom, enriching our understanding of dosha. When we started this seminar, even though today is our inauguration section, we started it already from yesterday onwards. We had a doubt how this topic will be taken, especially by the youngsters. As you're aware, many of the youngsters, actually more than 17 years, had been serving in Kerala, and later on for the past 4 to 5 years, have been in northern India. So when we asked the young generations why you choose Ayurveda, in Kerala, I used to get many answers. I'm not stating any state or something like that. I used to get at least 10% answers that we loved Ayurveda. Maybe the reason because their ancestors were in Ayurveda. But when I came to North, 99% I used to get an answer. We didn't get a seat in modern medicine. So that's why we took Ayurveda, so that we can practice modern medicine with the degree of Ayurveda. So it was something like a shocking. So I was just assuming that if you put a topic like dosha, whether it will be accepted by the young generations. But we were shocked to see that after the talk from our resource person yesterday, usually the questions comes and the resource person will be answering. But the shocking thing was, even that we don't want to call it as an answer, because it was a discussion, as the topic itself suggests that Dosh pe Charcha, it's a discussion. And the questions were from different corners of the country, and even the answers, as I said, it cannot be the answer, it was a discussion, because as you are aware, there is always a contradictory in different topics in Ayurveda. But we had a very good positive discussion which had happened yesterday. So that's why we are expecting the same from today onwards. And I'm 100% sure we'll reach the goal what we had put forward when we have started this seminar. So in conclusion, I extend my deepest gratitude to the co-organizers, especially VAGBHATASARANI and the University of Hyderabad, the University, Sanskrit University, Bangalore, and a special thanks should be given to Dr. S. Ahalya Madam, the Vice Chancellor, who was actively participating with us in this journey. So I send my deepest gratitude to all the speakers and those who have contributed to making this webinar possible. Your passion for Ayurveda is commendable, and through events like this, we strengthen the board that unite us as guardians of this profound knowledge. May we all be blessed with health, knowledge, and the harmony that comes from living in tune with nature's rhythm. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving to the inauguration session. I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce the chief guest of today, Dr. Raghuram Bhatta, President, Medical Assessment and Board for Indian System of Medicine, NCISM. Dr. Raghuram Bhatta is the President of the Medical Assessment and Board for Indian System of Medicine, NCISM. Sir secured 5th rank in BAMS from Bhatta University, Coimbatore, in the year 1994 from Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, a subsidiary of Ayurveda Pharmacy, Coimbatore. He completed his MD in Dravyaguna from prestigious Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar in 2004. He also completed yoga instructor course from Swami Vivekananda Anusandhan Sansthan, Bangalore, and certificate course in yoga therapy from Asha Yoga Vidyapit, Coimbatore. That has been a member of the Senate in TNMGRMU and also in its Board of Studies. He has been awarded with Atreya Award by Sairam Group of Institutions, Chennai, for the achievement in the field of Ayurvedic education, and has been appointed as guide and mentor for the project Ayurveda Sanskritam and promoted by Sanskrit Promotion Foundation, New Delhi. Over to you, sir.
सर्वेभ्यः मम सादर नमस्काराः। आदरणीय पूज्य स्वामिवर्याः शंकरामृतानंदपुरीवर्याः, आदरणीय गंगाधरन महोदय, आदरणीय PM वारियर महोदय, अन्ये ये केपि अत्र समागताः आदरणीयाः ज्येष्ठाः, आयुर्वेदस्य विद्वांसः, आयुर्वेदवैद्याः, आयुर्वेदशिक्षकाः, छात्राश्च अद्य दोष पे चर्चा इति विषये चिन्तनं क्रियमाणम् अस्ति। शिरोनाम एव हिंदी भाषायाम् अस्ति दोष पे चर्चा इति। तदेव दर्शयति यत् वाग्भटसरणि उत्तरभारतम् आगता अस्ति। पूर्वं वाग्भटसरणि दक्षिणभारते एव प्रचलत् आसीत्। इदानीम् उत्तरभारतं प्रति आगतम्। इसका महत्व यही है कि गौरी शंकर सर उत्तर भारत में आ गए हैं। तो गौरी शंकर सर जो चला रहे थे वाग्भटसरणि कार्यक्रम को, वो अभी उत्तर भारत में आ गए हैं और उत्तर भारत में अपना कार्यक्रम का विस्तारण कर रहे हैं, जिसमें शंकरामृतानंदपुरी, गंगाधरन, पीएम वारियर जैसे आयुर्वेद के महान हस्ती लोग भी जुड़े हैं। उनका सपोर्ट इस कार्यक्रम के लिए मिला हुआ है और दोष के बारे में चर्चा करना, दोष के बारे में चिंतन करना, दोषों पे विचार करना, यही हर समय एक आयुर्वेद वैद्य को करना पड़ता है। दोषों के बिना, दोषों के बारे में चिंतन किए बिना हम अपना कोई भी रोग निदान हो, रोग चिकित्सा हो, कर नहीं सकते। इसलिए दोषों के बारे में, दोषों का प्राकृतिक स्वरूप को जानना, वैकृत स्वरूप जानना, वृद्धि क्षय लक्षण जानना और दोषों का जो भी अंशांश कल्पना को जानना, ये सब बहुत जरूरी होता है। एक रोग के बारे में रोग निदान हमें करना है तो ये सब करने के बाद जो भी द्रव्य होते हैं, औषध द्रव्य, द्रव्यों का गुणकर्म को जानना और किस दोष के ऊपर उस द्रव्य का प्रभाव होता है ये जानना, इसका आधार बनता है षड्रस। षड्रसों के आधार पर दोषों के ऊपर द्रव्यों का क्या प्रभाव होगा, उसी को वाग्भट ने एक ही श्लोक में बताया। तत्राद्या मारुतम घ्नन्ति त्रयस्तिक्तादयः कफम कषाय तिक्त मधुराः पित्तमन्येतु कुर्वते। एक श्लोक है जो महान सूत्र है, जो आयुर्वेद का जो चिकित्सा सूत्र है, प्रथम चिकित्सा सूत्र हम कह सकते हैं आयुर्वेद का, यही है। ये सामान्य चिकित्सा सूत्र है, प्रतिरोग चिकित्सा सूत्र होगा, लेकिन ये सामान्य चिकित्सा सूत्र है। कैसे हम षड रसों के द्वारा दोषों का वृद्धि क्षय जो हुआ है उसको सम रूप में, समत्व में ला सकते हैं, इसका विवरण अत्यंत संक्षेप में, अति सुंदर रूप में वाग्भट ने अष्टांग हृदय के प्रथम अध्याय में ही बताया है। ऐसे अगर हम शास्त्र का अध्ययन करते हुए एक एक श्लोक को अच्छी तरह से समझते हुए आयुर्वेद का अध्ययन करेंगे, इस वाग्भट सरणी कार्यक्रम ने जो पहल किया है, आयुर्वेद को गंभीर रूप से, गहन रूप से चिंतन करना, समझना, समझते हुए आयुर्वेद शास्त्र का आत्मसात करना, शास्त्र में पारंगति प्राप्त करना, उसके साथ साथ कर्म या अपना जो कर्म मार्ग है, प्रैक्टिस है, उसमें नैपुण्यता को प्राप्त करना, उसकी ओर हमें जाना चाहिए, उसकी ओर चिंतन चाहिए, लगन से हमें इसमें लगना चाहिए। सभी आयुर्वेद छात्रों को उसकी ओर प्रेरणा करने के लिए ऐसे दोष पे चर्चा इत्यादि कार्यक्रम जो भी है आयोजित करना चाहिए, जिसे सभी छात्र लाभान्वित होंगे। ऐसे कार्यक्रम का उद्घाटन में किंचित मेरा जो भी बात है यहाँ रखने के लिए मुझे अवसर दिया है, उसका उद्घाटन करते हुए आयोजकों ने, उसके लिए मैं आयोजकों के लिए बहुत आभारी हूँ। और ऐसे संदर्भ में हमें हमारे गुरुजनों को देखने का, गुरुजनों को मिलने का भी अवसर मिला है, उसके लिए भी मैं अपने को बहुत आभारी मानता हूँ और सबको मेरा आभार कहते हुए मैं मेरा वाणी को यहाँ विराम देता हूँ। आयोजकों को धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन और अभिवादन और शुभाशंसा। नमस्कार।
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite Swami Shankara Amritanandapuri ji to bless this occasion. Swami Shankara Amritanandapuri is a senior disciple of Sadguru Sri Madha Amritanandamayi Devi. He joined Madha Amritanandamayi Mutt in 1991. He is an Ayurvedic physician by profession with a post-graduation in Chikinitsa. He has completed his BAMS in 1986 from University of Madras and MD from University of Kerala in 1991. Swamiji joined Amrita School of Ayurveda as assistant professor in Department of Chikinitsa in 2004 and was promoted as associate professor in 2009 and as professor in 2014. Presently, he is a Dean School of Ayurveda, Amritapuri, and Principal School of Ayurveda, Amritapuri, and Professor, Chikinitsa, School of Ayurveda, and Medical Director of Amrita School of Ayurveda, Valikav. Over to you, sir.
ओम अविद्यानामन्तस्तिमिरमिहिरद्वीपनगरी जडानां चैतन्यस्तपगमकरन्दश्रुतिझरीं दरिद्राणां चिन्तामणिगुणनिका जन्मजलधौ निमग्नानां दंशां भवति। Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My prostrations unto the lotus feet of my Guru, Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. My pranams to today's chief guest, Dr. Raghuram Bhatt, Dr. G. Gangadharan, Dr. Suresh Kumar, and Dr. Madhavarya, and most eminent personalities who are gathered over here. My gratitude to Dr. Gauri Shankar for inviting me to this function to say a few words. I hope I am audible. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would like to bring the attention of everyone who are participating in this to a few aspects of Ayurveda. We had been challenged by the history, not only it has affected us politically, but also culturally. By various invasions and various other factors, especially the cultural invasions, the change of attitude has happened, and we are now not as subtle as we have to be, and we want to be, or we need to be. When compared to the great physicians of the yesteryears, today's Ayurvedic scenario is really looking very dangerous to me, because the growth of modern medicine is extraordinarily great, especially in surgeries. They have standardized nearly 4,500 surgeries in a very accurate manner. They have brought a commonality. There's an uniformity in the hospitals. They are able to tackle the modern day challenges in medical field. Like the strokes have become so common. Once upon a time, Ayurvedic physicians used to treat that. Now it is becoming less and less. The accidents, the orthopedic surgeries, the number of cancers that are increasing, and lack of clarity in treating all those through Ayurveda, all are looking very ominous signs. So there are three aspects that the Ayurvedic community will have to face and address properly with sincerity. How equipped we are in the clinics, how can be uniform. What are the standard of treatments, standard procedures, how to standardize the procedures, as well as to deliver them to every patient through detailed analysis with the support of modern investigations is the first question. The clinical excellency is what we need, for which it is not enough if some extraordinary physicians are created. The whole Ayurvedic community will have to raise its levels and then deliver an excellent service to the society within the Ayurvedic theories and practices. That is the first challenge. The second one is the literature review or the study of scriptures in a proper manner. Whether the students who are getting out of the institutes are able to study the way that we used to study, or that is needed to have a proper knowledge, is a question mark. Whether they fully read the complete text of Ayurveda, or at least study one of the textbooks is also doubtful. So we have to make serious attempts to create interest and make the students study the scriptures wholly and in a subtle way and in a deeper way. That is the second challenge. The third one is the research area, where we are lacking. Research does not mean that something has to be done in the laboratory alone, but the innovations in every field of Ayurveda, in every field of medicine, the specialties and the super specialties that are coming up in the modern medicine, whereas we are far behind when compared to their standards. So the innovations are very much required. The comfort of the patient, the economic aspects. A patient comes to an hospital, or when a student studies in a hospital, how much holistic it is to be thought over deeply. And finally, besides the clinical, theoretical, as well as the research aspects, the spiritual aspects, the ethical aspects are also to be considered. I would like to say that the actions that are coming out of Rajas and Tamas are not going to stand for long. If you do an activity with a lot of desires or anger or competitiveness alone, it is not going to sustain. If you do, it is called as Rajasic. If you are doing an action with ignorance, without a proper background, that action is not also going to sustain. Just throwing away a lot of patent medicine on a patient is not going to help anymore. We have to be accurate. So the actions that are coming out of a sattvic energy, deep thinking, a tapas, a kind of a discipline is required. So the fourth aspect that we need to address is to create a discipline for the whole community, for the whole Ayurvedic community, so that we get a respectability. When a person goes to a gathering, an Ayurvedic person should look different, and he's to be able to deliver deeper thoughts of Hinduism, and not Hinduism exactly, but the Indian knowledge systems, the great knowledge that was possessed by our ancient rishis. There are a lot of things they could do. If you just observe Ramayana, there are a lot of siddhis that are shown by our ancestors like Hanuman and Sri Rama. And there are, in Sundarakanda, there are a lot of genetical modifications that are told. They could do it through yogic powers, not by science, because they have not described it in the science. By Raja Yoga, they could achieve it. So this aspect is also very important, how much of intuition and how much of the strength of sattvic energy is required for Ayurvedic physicians, for which they cannot do it one after the another. First, let us read the scriptures, then we will go to the clinic, then we will go to the research. You cannot go like that. Everything has to be done simultaneously. Any effort towards these four aspects will nourish Ayurveda well. So for a very long time, the VAGBHATASARANI has been doing a great service to the Ayurvedic community by repeated reading of Ashtanga Hridaya and the other texts. So this is a very commendable effort. I am honored to be called upon to address the gathering. I wholeheartedly pray to Amma that she might shower her blessings for these efforts, and may these efforts bear auspicious, fruitful, good things that are to come. I'm expecting to see more things like this and participate and serve the community. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Ji. It's my privilege to welcome today's guest of honor, Professor G.G. Gangadharan. Professor G.G. Gangadharan is a well-known exponent of Ayurveda and an expert on authentic Ayurvedic methods of diagnosis, especially the past diagnosis, that successfully treats the lifestyle disorders. He has dedicated himself for the propagation of Ayurveda knowledge and promoting local health tradition. He advocates application of Ayurveda and traditional system of healthcare to meet contemporary healthcare needs. He initiated basic and applied research in the field of traditional medicine that broadens the frontiers of healthcare research and drug development. He started his career with Ayurveda Pharmacy Coimbatore. He pioneered development of new dosage forms and traditional Ayurveda formulation, both classical as well as proprietary. He was the editor of a well-known journal of Ayurveda in India, Ancient Science of Life. He has coordinated an all-India program on local health traditions and Ayurveda, which made significant contribution to the reveal of Indian system of medicine and local health traditions in the country. He was instrumental in establishing centers of excellence for Ayurveda in Bangalore and elsewhere. He is also pioneered in rigorous scientific analysis, innovative policy development, and effective citizen advocacy to build a clean, safer, and healthier world. He is a fellow of Ashoka Innovators for the Public Ashoka Trust USA. He also holds a PhD from Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapith Pune and Master of Management degree from the McGill University, Canada. He is a fellow of Rashtriya Ayurveda Vidyapith. He has received several awards and has many publications to his credit. The recent one being Ayurveda, the true way to restore your health and happiness, published by Penguin India. Over to you, sir. Sir,
Dr. Gangadharan, please unmute
yeah.
yourself.
Thank you. My respectful pranams to all the delegates and the very important Ayurveda scholars who are gathered here today for this important inaugural function of a very important activity being initiated by VAGBHATASARANI, of which I have been a part for long. My respectful pronouns to Sri Sankara Chaitanya, who has transferred his whole life into a spiritual world, and he has been heading one of the best institutions of Ayurveda in the country. I am also happy to be with Sri Madhavan Guttivarya, the latest expectation and head of one of the greatest institutions of Ayurveda in the country, particularly Ayurveda. Equally, I am honored to be with my colleague, Dr. Suresh Kumar of Triveni, and many such important people who have devoted their life to the cause of Ayurveda. One of the reasons for joining you today is that I have been talking all the time that Ayurveda, the reason for Ayurveda to be active today and becoming the cause and expectation for the future is its extraordinary capacity to adopt and adapt to the changing times. If you look into the history of medical evolution or medical development, you will not see any other science like Ayurveda, which has got metamorphosed to a different forms according to the different region and ecosystems. The Ayurveda we do today is the culmination of efforts and contributions of hundreds of great seers, stalwarts, scholars who spend their time adding value to the system. So Ayurveda is never limited to the textbooks of great Acharyas of Charaga, Sushruta, Vakpada. That are the starting point, which Ayurveda Acharyas themselves say in different contexts of their writings. So I am so happy that today Dosh Pe Charcha is again an effort by people who are contemporarily practicing Ayurveda, promoting Ayurveda, to see how we can contextualize these aspects of Ayurveda, which is the foundation of Ayurveda, to the current world of practicing healing science. I used to think that a concept which is invisible, which is subtle, but is supposed to be the grossest form in the human system, that is dosha, how to comprehend it. If you just remove dosha from Ayurvedic literature, Ayurveda will collapse. But the same dosha is not seen to us unless we know their dharma, which are the guna and karma. So we see doshas through the gunas and karmas as any other dravyas. In my earlier understanding of Ayurveda, I were made to believe that in many forms of doshas being told to me, dosha is an energy, dosha is a quality, dosha is that, this thing. But my professor, my guru, my teacher, Professor T.N.K. Musa told me without any doubt, dosha by all means is a dravya. Don't have any doubt. When you are very clear that dosha is dravya, every aspect of Ayurveda become clearer for you. And how to understand dravya? Any dravya has to be understood through his guna and karma. So we have the elaboration of doshas through gunas and karma. We have all book made on that. Why I told you this point is that unless we understand dravya, the dosha, which is a dravya, and unless we go beyond the doshas, which are the Pancha Mahabhutas, we won't be able to develop Ayurveda for changing times. If I say Ayurveda is an evolving science, the reason for telling that is evolving science is that this dosha has been understood the way it has to be understood. That is why it is not limited to the utmost place like India. Even though it is originated in India, it can be practiced anywhere in the world if you are able to understand and time the dosha. One point we should understand about dosha, I am sure, which will come in the coming days, discussions, etc., that probably all the Indian sciences, whether physical or metaphysical or spiritual, if it has to do anything with the universal principles, if it has to interact with the human system, that has to start with the Panchamahabhuta. That's why Sushrita very categorically told Panchabhudal Parantasma Nasti Chinda Chilside. The reason why I am bringing you for this inaugural session is that probably the science of Ayurveda is the only science which has converted the Pancha Mahabhutas into 3 dravyas. And it has very clearly told how these dravyas are formed out of this. Agasham and Vayu becomes Vada, Vayu and Jalam and Prithvi becomes Pitta, Prithvi and Jalam, Agni and Jalam becomes Pitta, and Prithvi and Jalam becomes Kaba. This is very important. This is the area Ayurveda differs from all other Indian classical sciences. In the metallurgy, if you go to the agriculture sciences of Ayurveda, which has originated in India, everywhere they have started from Panchamahabhuta, whereas Ayurveda Acharyas artificially created an entity called the Vata, Pitta and Kapha and attributed guna and karmas to that to identify it in the physiological milieu, because Vata, Pitta, Kapha has to be understood in the physiological milieu, which is the human system or any other living system. And this is the smartness of Ayurveda Acharyas who evolved doshas from Panchamahabhutas. Even today, we have got great streams of practitioners in Maharashtra who practices Ayurveda based on Panchamahabhuta principles. So all group of people are there. Why I bring this to the forum is that let us go beyond the conventional thinking on dosha. Can we get into the deeper roots of dosha? And can we contemporize it with modern understanding of physiology? These 2 paradigms, if you can bridge it from the Ayurveda biological perspective, which people like M.S. Valyathan and others promoted or founded or being perpetuated into the literature. If we can bring that to the modern understanding of Ayurveda, there will be big breakthroughs. So then only we will be able to contribute to the developing science of the other paradigm. So far, what is happening with people like us, as someone has told, we are all good practitioners. We are respected for our practice. We have got our own clientele, and we are able to some extent, articulate what we are doing. But this science is not making a bridge with the modern science, which is highly dominated. I will not agree to say that we are not a great science in another way. A modern science domination is political, social, financial, and many other reasons are added because all world is working around that system. Whereas a science like Ayurveda is limited to a very few groups of people in this country, and the kind of support this system is getting very, very meager. We cannot even compare with the kind of research that is happening in the global level, the kind of research that is happening in Ayurveda. And unfortunately, the basic Ayurvedic science is not happening anywhere. There are 2 types of growth that is expected for any science to grow. One is the basic growth from the root. Another one is the lateral growth. The growth we see, like modern dosage forms, better molecules, better absorption, better study of the molecules action in the body, the pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics. These are all lateral growth, which has got nothing to do with foundational principles of Ayurveda. What we need through the groups like this is that can we look into the basics of doshas, basics of Panchamahabhutas? Can we make to people understand how the permutation combinations, that is infinitive in its nature, Taradama Bhedam and Amshamsa Kalpana are the core features of Ayurveda's root. People do not even today understand the depth of Taradama Bhedam and Amshamsa Kalpana. If people work in this area, we can understand if we can use the artificial intelligence kind of machine tool that are available today. If this Amshamsa Kalpana is even understood in the right way, we can have specific medicine for specific condition in specific people in specific places. This is possible because human intelligence limitations have been broken by the way we are having big data that is being collected. If this big data science is delegates or members and all the people who are thinking this line should come and think about how we can work from the roots of Ayurveda, which will bring original ideas. That's why we don't have a new good textbooks after Sarngadhara Samhita in 17th century. Can we have something like that, which has come from the original thinking? No, why we don't have a new Bhava Prakasham? Why don't we have a new Mathamidana? Because root thinking is lost somewhere. And we lost the practice of studying the text. In ancient times, our method of study was not subject-wise. Textbook-wise study is important to comprehend the holistic feature of Ayurveda. We used to study from Sutrasthana to Uttarasthana. We were compelled to study, so that's why we got an understanding of Ayurveda. And I always say, a student is said to be a good student of Ayurveda if he is able to judge if someone speaks on Ayurveda, whether it's right or wrong. Then I will say that person understood the core of Ayurveda. I'm extremely thankful to all of you for giving me a very special space in this organization of this program. And I am extremely happy that a lot of good intellectual minds are contributing to this effort. This is the type of drops we want to make a big portion that is going to be the future of Ayurveda. Thank you, Gauri Shankar. Thank you, others. And I wish this program all the best. Let God bless all the good things that will happen to VAGBHATASARANI, so that it will do more and more such program, especially among the students community about whom I am very much worried about. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the inspiring words. Now, I would like to invite Dr. P. Madhavankutti Varia, sir, for the invited talks. Dr. P. Madhavankutti Varia, who holds a MD in Ayurveda from Thiruvananthapuram Government Ayurveda College, has started his career as assistant physician at AYURVEDIC in 1969. He became factory manager of AYURVEDIC in 1981 and became additional chief physician of AVS in 1995. Dr. Varia has been the member of the board of trustees from 2007. He has been serving as chief physician of AVS from 2019. Dr. Varia had various positions, including president of Ayurvedic Hospital Management Association, president of Travancore Coastal Medical Council, and a member of State Ayurveda Advisory Committee, member Scientific Advisory Group constituted by CCRS under Ministry of Ayush, New Delhi. Team Dosh Pe Charcha welcomes you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Namaste. Chair of the meeting, Dr. John Finbay, Dr. Raghuram Bhatta, Pujaniya Swami Shankaramananandapuri, my friend Dr. G.G. Gangadharan, all speakers and delegates, a very good evening to all of you. It brings me great pleasure to address the August Assembly of Knowledge Seekers joined here. The event jointly organized by VAGBHATASARANI, a GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences in collaboration with the Department of Sanskrit Studies, University of Hyderabad, and Karnataka Sanskrit University has undertaken a noble job of instilling and inspiring the learning communities with authentic and pure scientific knowledge. VAGBHATASARANI carries the legacy of Vaidhyabhushanam K. Raghavan Tiruvulpad, who was an icon figure of Ayurveda for his simple, humble and modest ways of teaching and clinical practice as well. It is quite reassuring to know that his vision is being taken forward by his followers under the leadership of Professor Dr. K. Murali with great enthusiasm and high spirits. I take this opportunity to remember the contributions of Vaidhyabhushanam K. Raghuram Tiruvulpad sir and pay my respects to the divine soul. The topic for the webinar is Tridosha, the fundamental platform on which the entire framework of Ayurveda is built. An interesting thing about the topic is that the more we dwell upon the subject, the merrier would our insights be wider and brighter. This applies to the Ayurveda fraternity at any point of their lifetime, right from studentship to practitionership or even researchership. Incidentally, many other indigenous medical systems in various regions across the world have similar and comparable theories based on humor or functional forces. I think we can derive a beautiful equation for Tridosha and Ayurveda. Tridosha is equal to foundation, is equal to fundamentalism, is equal to functionalism, is equal to Ayurveda. Ayurveda aspirants must hold a fundamental and functional approach to theoretical and practical realms. It gives us the uniqueness of a holistic and comprehensive medical system in toto. The broad canvas of Tridosha accommodates the ABCs of life ranging from its very origin, manifestation, existence, and substance till the end. The duo, health and wellness, largely depend upon the integrity of this arena. Hence, learning and relearning the fundamentals never get outdated for a science like Ayurveda. More importantly, close study of those topics adds contemporaneity to the science. For example, the CCMP study regarding the association between genomic diversity and the prakriti of a person is worth mentioning here. The study establishes the molecular basis of genomic diversity with polymorphism linked to the prakriti of people. Another study was conducted at AVS in collaboration with BARC. Plethysmography, which marked the changes in the pulse readings of people based on their dosha predominance and prakriti. In short, Tridosha is fundamental, conventional, and contemporary all at the same time. It appears that this webinar has given enough space for an integrated approach incorporating contemporary scientific knowledge also in the discussion on classical concepts. That is a model to be followed in view of adding frills and flares to our understanding of basic principles of the science of Ayurveda. A finer analysis of Tridosha theory is envisaged by covering the study of its subdivisions and anatomical, physiological, and pathological aspects. Needless to mention, the speakers are the best choices concerning each topic. I am sure the Dosh Pe Charcha discussions of dosha would pave the way for a deeper understanding and creative conceptualizations leading to meaningful practical applications. These kinds of ventures set directions in our journey towards the betterment of ourselves and the science. This would bring better learners, better researchers, and better physicians giving their best to science and society. This opportunity may be utilized the most to make the maximum out of a great learning experience. I sincerely wish the event a great success. Ano Bhadra Kratabo Yantu Vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to us from all directions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite Dr. C. Suresh Kumar, sir, for the invited talk. Dr. C. Suresh Kumar is currently Professor, Department of Shaltandra at Pankaj Kasturi Ayurveda Medical College, and he has published around 140 papers at international and national levels. He has been awarded with various national and international awards like Mahadhanundri Award, Pishak Pradipha Award, etc. Team Dosh Pe Charcha welcomes to you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Respected Dr. Raghuram Bhatta, sir, Pujaniya Swamiji, my two brothers, Dr. P.M. Warrior, sir, and Dr. G.J. Gangadharan, and Dr. Nambi. It gives me a great pleasure to be a part of this. Why? Because this VAGBHATASARANI was initially started from a like-minded thinking from all of us. Like Gigi was there, me was there. So, and it has come to a great extent. Now it has, as Dr. Raghuram Bhatta sir was telling, it is gradually coming towards North India also. Second thing, with greatest tribute to Sri Raghuram Timupad sir, I happened to be there for a few days as a Shishya during my after graduation. So what happened was, he was teaching me how to learn each and every yogas in Sahasra Yoga, because he told me we have to learn in such a way that we have to categorize each and every yoga in such a way that that will be useful for practice. And I think this is not the place for me to talk. That's why I'm not talking. But since I'm giving a talk soon, I will discuss the same thing there. And let me start from where all my seniors have left. Are we really doing what we have to do? Are we not facing few challenges? Then third vital question, are we really equipped? These are the three questions we should answer, because now our younger generations are coming and we have to give them a proper answer. During my college days, there was a discussion whether Vadarakta, Raktavada, Vadashonida are same and what is the difference, etc. Even now, we hear the same thing. So, a brainstorming session like this should always bring some answer, at least to a logical conclusion of all of this. That is my intention of supporting a seminar or brainstorming workshop like this. And similarly, a same patient, two doctors see the pulse or whatever it may be. Can they come to a common conclusion that this is the prakriti and this is the prakriti of that patient? These are the things which on practical way we should be able to come. And during my PhD studies, what happened was, I used to see a lot of patients. My guru, Dr. Rajabal sir, told me that you go to one person in Tamil Nadu and he will let you know by examining the pulse, he will be able to tell or which type of marma is getting affected. I went there and we had a discussion, long discussion. Then he told me that each and every in Tamil there are 108 marmas. They classify into Vadika Marma, Paitika Marma, and Kabaja. I have written in my PhD thesis also. And by seeing the pulse, they will be able to diagnose what type of marma or what type of vada is dosha is affected, and they can treat accordingly. So, a Dosh-based Charcha, a similar platform, we should be able to get an authentic, what is known as standardized, authentic version of Vada, Pitta, and Kapha. So I don't want to extend because already 4:30 now. People are getting more irritated. So let me stop here, and even the G20, that Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam and Purushoyam Loga Samhita are all byproducts of Ayurvedic literature. I wish all success for this program. I congratulate Dr. Gauri Shankar, he is my classmate, for conducting such a beautiful workshop, because he is the best person to do it. He has a lot of teaching experience, and also he has a lot of experience in treating, and also his knowledge in Sanskrit is authentic. Thank you once again. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Edu Narayanan Mose for the invited talk. Ashtavaidyan Dr. Edu Narayanan Mose, ET, a family member of the renowned Ashtavaidya Taikat Mose, currently holds the position of Executive Director at Vaidreknam Group, which is owned and managed by Taikat Mose family. He did BMS from the Vaidreknam Ayurveda College, Ulur, and later successfully completed MD in Kajikilsa from SDM Hassan. He was second rank holder in MD Kajikilsa from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. He had authored and co-authored many clinical studies. Dr. Edu Narayanan Mose is practicing as an additional chief physician at Vaidreknam Nursing Home and also consulting patients at treatment centers of Vaidreknam Group in Bangalore, Kozhikode, and Thrissur. He also holds the position of trustee of Vaidreknam Ayurveda Foundation, board member of Vaidreknam Ayurveda Educational Society, and associate editor of Vaidreknam Journal of Ayurvedic Medicine. Team Doshpe Charcha, welcome you to sir, and over to you, sir.
Good evening. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Most respected Dr. Raghuram Bhatta sir, Pujaniya Swamiji, Dr. PM Varya sir, Dr. GG Gangadharan sir, Suresh Kumar sir, Gauri Shankar sir, other respected dignitaries, experts, doctors, and organizers of Doshpe Charcha National Webinar. Thank you very much for inviting me to this webinar. First, let me offer my humble pranams to Sri Raghavan Tirumulpad sir, who was a great visionary. And it is very heartening to see that the very basic idea of our science, that is Tridoshas, are being discussed here. With the topics of discussion, as mentioned, I'm sure that this discussion will throw light not only on the basic aspects, but also the contemporary understandings of human body as well as Tridoshas. One of the toughest questions which we used to face is, what is a dosha? The learned speakers before me have already explained how complex it is. I believe that this complexity as well as the specificity is something which is equally explorable. And many basic researches we know are happening in this direction also. So Tridoshas, along with Dhadus and Malas, it form an integral part of understanding not only the physiology, but also the pathology of human body. And any approach towards the balancing of Tridosha is ultimately a treatment. So many of the specialty practices and products from the tradition which I represent is often designed with Tridoshas as its epicenter. So Gauri Shankar sir asked me to share some practices and traditions which highlight the importance of doshas. I explored, and unsurprisingly, every practice of this style is based on doshas only. And the very idea that treatment is for the patient, not the disease, the most comprehensive definition of personalized medicine, I believe, is also not far from Tridoshas. Here I share just a few of the topics which I think are explorable for clinics as well as research. When we critically analyze the influence of doshas in the formulations or the practice, our tradition has given maximum importance to Vata dosha. And in fact, inpatient protocols that we follow are mostly Vasti Pradhana in nature, considering the importance of Vata. I'll give you a couple of topics like that. One is, the usage of a certain set of medicines in the form of krida. It may be explained as a kashaya in the classical textbook. The same medicines are used in the form of krida to pacify Vata. Example, Chirivilladi. Here, we have done an analysis in our research institute where we compared the kashaya, Chirivilladi kashaya and Chirivilladi krida. We found that the Chirivilladi krida is more in antioxidants, or rich in antioxidants. Similarly, the usage of Murtri Taila. Always it is done in the evening, considering the importance of Vata.
Sorry,
and when
nothing is seen on there's nothing is seen on the screen. Anything is displayed, please? Sorry.
No, sorry. I'm just speaking. It is not displayed on the screen. There is some connectivity issue, so I couldn't switch on the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nothing is seen. That's
So the third point is the Aushadha Sevana Kala, which we all know is of critical importance when it comes to the prescription. So for example, the usage of Takrarishta Churna in between the meal, highlighting the importance of Samanavada. And another important aspect I used to feel among the practice is Desha. Many times I've seen our elders asking patient to shift from a location, asking them to relocate. And so the patient will say that we came here for a treatment, we cannot relocate. So they used to say that this relocation is a part of treatment itself. That is the Upakrama. Similarly, when it comes to Anukta Vyadhis, I think there is a lot of importance given to the basic concept of Vata Pitta Kapha, that is Tridosha. So these are a few points I would like to share with the group today. With this, I conclude, and I congratulate the organizers for this effort and wish the event all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving to the facilitation session. I would like to invite Dr. N.K. Mahadevan, Chief Physician, Sri Krishna Ayurveda Chikitsa Kendra Pala, for the facilitation. Over to you, sir.
Dr. N.K. Mahadevan, sir, due to some of the technical issues, he won't be able to join us now. He has given a message that he is thanking everyone who has supported VAGBHATASARANI and GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences in conducting such a great seminar, and also conveyed that he is giving his all the best wishes and blessings to the program committee members and everyone. Dr. Betsy, you can continue with the other facilitation members. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Dr. B.A. Prabhakaran, Retired Assistant Director, CCRS, for the invited talk. So the presentation, please.
So audible? Audible? Good evening to everybody. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Respected President Dr. John Finbay, who delivered the welcome address, Dr. Gauri Shankar, who is inaugurated this national webinar, Dr. Raghuram Bhatt and all other eminent Acharyas, Swamiji, Gangadharji, our Warrior Sir, our Suresh ji and Narayan ji, and delegates present over here. In co-organized with the GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Science and Research Center, affiliated by the GLOCAL University, and collaboration with Karnataka Sanskrit University, and in association with Department of Sanskrit Studies, School of Humanities, Hyderabad University, for the first time in its 32 years of existence. I bow my head before Dr. Gauri Shankar, who is the heart and soul of our organization, and also the organization of this webinar, for their visions, selfless dedication, and commitment towards Ayurveda. I am sure that through Dosha, the basic principle of Ayurveda will be discussed threadbare, and its outcome will be an invaluable asset to Ayurveda and humanity. I extend my warm greetings to all participants in this webinar and pray the Almighty for the success of this webinar in all respects. Jai Ayurveda, Jai VAGBHATASARANI. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Pradipha Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Rajna Shariram, GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Science and Research Center, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर बेट्सी वर्गीस मुझे ये अवसर प्रदान करने के लिए। डॉक्टर बेट्सी, आई एम ऑडिबल?
यस
जी, मैं डॉक्टर प्रतिभा फुगाट, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ रचना शारीर, ग्लोकल आयुर्वेदा कॉलेज, सहारनपुर, उत्तर प्रदेश की तरफ से आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत करती हूँ। प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर पीके भारती सर, ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर, ग्लोकल यूनिवर्सिटी सहारनपुर, उत्तर प्रदेश के हर संभव सहयोग के लिए आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। डॉक्टर रघुराम भट्ट सर, ऑनरेबल प्रेसिडेंट, मेडिकल असेसमेंट एंड रेटिंग बोर्ड फॉर इंडियन सिस्टम ऑफ मेडिसिन, मार्बिस्म, नेशनल कमीशन फॉर इंडियन सिस्टम ऑफ मेडिसिन, NCISM, न्यू दिल्ली। डॉक्टर जॉन फिम्बे सर, Honorable Principal and Medical Superintendent, GLOCAL College of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences, Saharanpur, Uttar Pradesh. आदरणीय स्वामी शंकर अमृतानंद पुरी सर, डायरेक्टर, अमृता स्कूल ऑफ आयुर्वेदा, कोल्लम, केरला। आदरणीय डॉक्टर जी गंगाधरन सर, फॉर्मर डायरेक्टर, रमैया इंडिक स्पेशलिटी आयुर्वेदा रिस्टोरेशन हॉस्पिटल, बेंगलुरु, कर्नाटका। आदरणीय डॉक्टर पी माधवन कुट्टी वारियर सर, मैनेजिंग ट्रस्टी एंड चीफ फिजिशियन, आर्य वैद्यशाला, कोट्टकल, केरला। आदरणीय डॉक्टर सी सुरेश कुमार सर, Professor Pankaj Kasturi, Ayurveda Medical College, TVM, Kerala. आदरणीय डॉक्टर यदु नारायण मूस सर, वैद्य रत्न ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशंस, त्रिशूर, केरला. आदरणीय डॉक्टर NK महादेवन सर, चीफ फिजिशियन, श्री कृष्णा आयुर्वेदा चिकित्सा केंद्रम, पाला, केरला. आदरणीय डॉक्टर VA प्रभाकरण सर, रिटायर्ड असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर, CCRAS. आदरणीय डॉक्टर P गौरीशंकर सर, चेयरमैन ऑफ वाघभट्टासरणी ट्रस्ट, प्रोफेसर एंड HOD, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ काय चिकित्सा, ग्लोकल कॉलेज ऑफ आयुर्वेदा, सहारनपुर, उत्तर प्रदेश. आप सभी का नेशनल वेबिनार दोष पे चर्चा के आधिकारिक उद्घाटन के सुअवसर पर आपके आशीर्वचन के लिए मैं सहृदय आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ और आशा करती हूँ कि आप सभी का मार्गदर्शन समय समय पर हमें प्राप्त होता रहेगा, जिससे हम आयुर्वेद की उन्नति की दिशा में और अधिक प्रयासरत हो सकें. आप सभी का पुनः धन्यवाद. नमस्कार.
Thank you, ma'am. Thus, we are concluding our official inauguration session. Now we are moving to our scientific session. Already our resource person is here. I would like to invite Dr.